Okay. Alright, I've had my insanity moment. I'll hit my arm with a bottle. Yeah! Okay, let's stop. This is the Insane Game Freak here to bring you guys a Pokemon news update, information dump, mind fuck. I don't really care what you want to call it. Just, god damn. That's about sums it up. Just god damn. The announcements for today, which were they were leaks in the morning, and then they became announcements. Like, they became confirmed announcements by like halfway through the day, and then tonight I'm just kind of like, people are just kind of floating. A lot of people are very mixed with certain things because of a certain aspect, but let's just kind of get through it. Let's just go through it point by point, and then we'll just kind of, I'll give my opinions on as we go through. And this sucks because OtaCon is fucking this weekend, so it's like, here's my Pokemon high, and then anime announcements. And if they announce my One Piece, we're done. Anyways, all right, so let's get into the Pokemon stuff. Because everybody's been fucking messaging me. You should make a video. All right, here it is. All right. Oh, I'm gonna read this verbatim. Some Pokemon will now have Mega Forms. Forms which they activate through a new mechanic called Mega Evolution. Crow shows Mega Blaziken, Mega Lucario, Mega Absol, Mega Mawile, Mega Ampharos, and the previously released Mega Mewtwo, which was pretty much is its new name. It's not that it's a Mega Mewtwo. They are slightly different heights and weights from their original forms, and they have new abilities, and they have the ability of being different types. For example, we now know that Mega Ampharos is now half dragon. I don't know how to respond to that. And we also know that Mega Mawile, well, I guess Mawile in general actually is just fucking, now it is Steel and Fairy. But the fact that I don't even know what to say. Apparently, I guess some Pokemon, that were like single type might get a dual type. But then again, if that's the case, then Mega Absol should have had a dual type confirmed then, because they confirmed that Ampharos is half dragon in this form. So if Absol has a second ability now, a second type, they didn't announce it for whatever reason. I'm not sure. But then again, it's a very weird situation. Now, my whole opinion on the Mega forms is that a lot of people call Digimon ripoff right off the bat. Why? Because Pokemon has never been known for redundancy. The one thing that Digimon always had against Pokemon that always got on people's nerves is that they did the whole Mon shit after every character's name. And it seems like every Mega Evolution of these Pokemon is going to have the word Mega in front of their names. Because, which is pretty much the same problem with redundancy. Now, my opinions on the forms themselves. Let's go through the list. Mega Lucario is a motherfucking G. There is no right way to say that. He looks so beastly. Just, it seems like they're a little bit taller than their original forms, but just fucking Mega Blaziken. Which is interesting because it essentially confirms that you can evolve, that starters. Actually, this is the first time a starter from any generation has gotten a secondary form. Which then brings up the argument that essentially now that starters do have the ability to have Mega Evolutions. Now, granted, it seems like they said certain Pokemon, meaning this isn't a thing for all the Pokemon. But it feels like it might as well be, because it looks like it just seems off, because the fact that they're Mega Evolutions just make you think that every Pokemon has a Mega Evolution. But if it's only certain Pokemon, what? It brings up the question: what does Blaziken, Lucario, Absol, Mawile, Mewtwo, and Ampharos have in common that allows it to evolve this way? I mean, you could say Pokemon that evolved with the Water Stone had water related. We're all water types. You know, the same thing with all the different evolution stones. And by trading, well, actually, trading doesn't really have a correlation either. I never understood that one. But I would think there would be some type of reasoning. I would think there had to be some type of correlation. Usually with evolutions, there's usually some type of correlation through the method of evolution. The only type of evolution I can argue that isn't like that is the trait evolutions. But then again, that was a concept that was brought up since the first gen, so maybe they didn't really flesh that out originally. But I feel like maybe there's a hidden understanding here between these 6 Pokemon that had the ability to Mega Evolve. But the problem is, they don't share any characteristics. I mean, you have, 2 fighting types. Out of all these, only two of these Pokemon were originally dual type. So it's not a single type evolution thing. Like, they don't give a fuck about whether they originally were single type or dual type. Honestly, in terms of Pokemon that are dual type, they don't even gain a new type. Like, there has been no confirmation that the new Mega Mewtwo has a secondary type. The same thing with Mega Absol. So I'm kind of curious what was the basis. Like, I mean, I guess we'll learn more when we get the game. I'm just saying, like, there has to be a deeper meaning there than what I'm seeing. But anyways, going to the looks, Mega Blaziken, motherfucking G, yo. Like I can't even fathom this shit. Like, Blaziken and Lucario look like beasts. I probably will say Blaziken out of all of them looks the coolest. It's probably, in terms of coolestness, it's probably like Blaziken. I'm not going to count Mega Mewtwo, because we've seen Mega Mewtwo. I mean, I never had a problem with Mega Mewtwo's design to begin with. I will agree with the joke that its head looks like a bottle cap opener. But Mega Blaziken looks like a G. Mega Absol looks like a bad... Like, I think Mega Absol is like half flying now. Because if you look at its design, it looks like it has wings. Like, I'm looking at its picture right now, and it looks like it has wings. So my first logic would make me think that maybe Mega Absol is half flying now. Because these Mega Evolutions seem to all have... See, I would say they have something in common, but they don't. Like, their Mega forms seem to add weird... I can't even say they're extensions of what they are. It feels like they're extensions, but then... I don't really know how to describe it, because... I mean, the weirdest fucking Mega Evolution on here is fucking Ampharos. I mean, granted, I love Ampharos. Ampharos is probably one of my favorite electric types. But I don't think anyone thought that this thing was gonna get a dragon-based evolution. And it also seems weird because they're giving Pokemon that had already evolved at least 3 times on here. Like, Blaziken and Ampharos already had 3 evolutions. Have 3 different forms, so why did you give them a 4th form? And I guess that's indirectly confirming that Pokemon will be able to evolve for the 4th time, even though up until this point we've only had like 3 forms of a Pokemon's evolution chain, unless it branched off into a different thing dealing with a certain event or thing they had to do. I want to analyze the shit out of this because it's just like I'm trying to question where this is all going. And what makes it even weirder is that one of the gym leaders is the one that really explains the Mega Evolution concept to you, and her name is Karuni. And what it makes me question even more is her outfit looks very... Her outfit reminds me of the way the Mega Forms look. I'm not saying it is, but it just, her outfit reminds me of it. And we don't even know what type gym leader she is. Because it's not like these Mega Forms have any type of correlation with type. It's like the trading aspect. There's really no real relation, unless anyone can find it. Because it's interesting, and you want to analyze it, because I've been sitting here pondering how this is working. I will say in terms of designs, as I said, Absol looks cool. Blaziken and Lucario look cool. Mawile looks. Why they kind of make Mega Mawile look obviously feminine with the pink influence in the outfit now. But then again, Mawile was never a Pokemon you ever thought was a guy. It's like those certain Pokemon that, even though they can be other genders, you never really thought of them being other genders. Mawile just looks kind of horrifying in retrospect. And then Mega Ampharos confuses me on so many levels. Ampharos, they look like the only two things they did to Ampharos is they put a wig on Ampharos, changed its ears design, and put something on its tail that we can't fully see because the picture is cut off. And then, like, it looks like the design on its chest has changed a little bit. I am questioning why the hell you decided to make. I could kind of see Mawile as a fairy. I can't see Ampharos as a dragon. Actually, what is Ampharos based on? I never understood. Like, you could tell its earlier forms are based on sheep, but Ampharos doesn't correlate with a sheep at all. And then, even if that was the case, how the hell do you go from sheep-ish creature to dragon sheep? Is there a sheep? I think they're like demon sheep. Are there any dragons that look remotely close to what Ampharos looks like? And as I said, the design doesn't look that much. It looks like those fucking commercials where anything can look automatically cool and men can automatically look handsome if you put a flowing wig on them and have that shit blow in their hair. That's what Ampharos looks like. People have already made pictures making fun of that. And I'm sorry to drag on this. I've actually spent 11 minutes talking about this shit. Let me move on and just talk about the other stuff. But that's just that bugs me. I'm curious. I want to analyze it. Also, by the way, Blaziken's Megaform will be able to hold an item called Blazonite. I guess I should talk about their ability switches that they all get. I know the Mega thing is digging a hole, but I think that was the biggest thing about this fucking news. So let's see. Mega Blaziken now has speed boost. Mega Lucario now has adaptability. Mega Absol now has magic bounce. Mega Mawile now has huge power, and Mega Ampharos now has Mold Breaker, and Mega Mewtwo now has Insomnia, which I kind of find ridiculous because now it's like they've been Ampharos overpowered. I mean, I thought I'm an Ampharos fan, so I am gonna rag on it. I'm not gonna rag, but I mean I am gonna talk about it a little bit more. Ampharos, to me, was one of those Pokemon that was one of the few electric types that was more heavy in defenses than it was speed, which usually doesn't benefit it versus the types it usually has it's good against. Like water and flying are usually the two types that are automatically fast, so having a slow electric type never really benefited anyone. But they kind of made Ampharos a fucking tank now. This is horrifying. Like, I can see Ampharos being abused as a motherfucker in metagame. But then again, there had to be a reason for it, but whatever. Anyways, so moving on, we're now going to talk about the 3 other Pokemon that were announced that are all cutesy Pokemon. But I am looking forward to a few of these. One of these because of my animal bias. I'll go ahead and say it's the fucking rabbit. Alright, so we now know Go-Go has a pre-evolution called Mikuru. Doesn't really, I guess it's just a straight grass evolution. Nothing really too much to say. They don't really give too much information on it. Then we have a Pokemon called Dedenne. I'm gonna fuck this up. Dene. I mean, these are the Japanese names anyway. This is called the Atena Pokemon. It's an electric and fairy type. Its abilities is Pickup, or the new ability called Cheek Pouches, which is, I guess, the thing that looks like a weird mix between a mouse and a Raichu. Like, this thing looks like a Raichu, has like the Raichu color scheme, but like the look of a mouse. I'm kind of hoping this thing evolves into like a rat that is tolerable. I mean, that's what it is. It's the Rattata of this game. What's with all the electric love I've noticed? Like, we've been getting a lot of electric Pokemon I've noticed, or it just feels like it. Maybe I'm being stupid. Then we have another normal type. Normal type has also been getting a lot of love. I know that one for a fact. And this one's called Horobi, and this is the bunny. And this is where my bias comes in, because I really hope this thing evolves into a ground normal type. I don't know why. I love rabbits, so I hope this thing does evolve into that. It also has the same abilities though, pickup or cheek pouches. I guess these two are gonna be our Rattata and like Bidoof, like those Pokemon pretty much. These are like probably the beginners we run across. And the last thing that was announced is that there is a super training area in the Kalos region, and we don't know what the hell the super training area is. A lot of people speculate that's for EV training, but why would you come up with an area specifically for training? When, you know, the whole joy of an RPG is going out and training that way, unless the training area has like a detriment to training there versus training in the wild. I mean, a lot of people think, I think the Pokemon Me has something to do with EV training, so to have a training area specifically for EV training and then to have the Pokemon thing be a part of that too brings up, like, are they trying to make EV training mainstream? Like, and there has to be a reason why you wouldn't want to EV train. Like, the fact that there's a training area confuses me because they've never done this in a game where they've had a specific area dedicated for training your Pokemon. This game is shaping up to be very groundbreaking in a lot of ways. At least in the game mechanics department, maybe not the story so much. I think Gen 5 is going to be the king of that area, but I'm curious to see how. I'm trying to figure out how the hell they're going about this. Like, why would you need a training area? Why is there a super training area for? The only option is EV training unless there's they're going to add something to the metagame. And it's not going to be just about EVs. If they add something to the metagame, I can see what this would be for. Or maybe this is for, or maybe there's a certain way they said there's a new way you have to do the Mega Evolution is a different type of evolution. So maybe the super training area is specifically for Mega Evolutions. I'm not sure, but I am definitely intrigued, and I am looking forward to this game now even more. I don't even know what to say. Like no joke. This news has come off to be very interesting. Very interesting. That's really the basis of this update. How do I even address this right? I don't know what else to say because I want theories. I want video responses and theories in the comments section because I'm curious what other people's thoughts on this because this is very not really controversial, but I'm very intrigued. Just some of these choices and some of these what made them go with Mega Evolutions? What are these for? This couldn't be the balance anyone because Blaziken wasn't underpowered. Lucario wasn't underpowered. The only character you could argue that was underpowered was maybe Mawile and Ampharos. But then it questions, why the fuck did you beef? It's like, why did you give Mewtwo this form? Why did you give these characters? Like, what was the purpose of this? I think Mega Evolutions is something adding to the metagame. It's gotta have something to do with that, because there's no other reason for it. And that also brings up the question, do legendaries have Mega Evolutions? There has to be a theme. I'm trying to figure out, what is the theme? Actually, what is the theme for X and Y? What is the theme with X and Y? I can't even really picture it now, because I knew the first generation was genetics. I think Gen 2 was the spirits, I believe. Gen 3 was nature. Gen 4 was gods, or I'm not totally sure, like time and space and time. And then Gen 5, actually, what was the theme for Gen 5? I'm not sure either. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm rambling at this point, but there's a lot of stuff I'm thinking, and I can't process all this shit right now. So please leave your thoughts and comments. I really want to hear theories and video responses. I really want video responses for this because I'm really curious how people feel about this. But anyways, this has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game. Pay to win. Have you pre-ordered your Pokemon game yet? Yeah, I want it. Why? Because I like Evital. Anyways, Gotta catch them all. Life's a game, play to win, and I'll see you guys later. Esau.